What's up, doll collectors, hobbyists, fabsome besties? Today is all about handbags and purses. This is our little sweetheart purse that we made in a recent Valentine's Day video. In the comments, you all said that you wanted to see more handbags, purses, and totes, so today we're gonna give it a try. For a little versus. Let me just say, I find this a little intimidating. Mini fashion is good at what they do. I mean, sewn purse and craft foam. You know what I'm saying? But that's not gonna stop us from having a little fun and doing a little crafting. But first, we really do owe it to ourselves to just check out some more mini fashion, first. In the name of research, of course. Are y'all buying that? There are still some tiny accessories that I'm looking for, so it's that ruffle purse. Actually, this is a pretty good purse to look at for inspiration. It doesn't have any metal or chains or little tiny details. It's all fabric, it's all sewn, and for the most part, it's kind of simple, minus the ruffles. And our accessories are mascara, a little container of orange mints, a pink cell phone. Yes, I finally got a mini fashion cell phone. Aw, the sticker is crooked. We can see the little camera on the back, and we have a sticker. On my tablet, let's sketch out a pattern. After spending hours of drawing and redrawing, I think we have something that might or might not work. I'm debating if we should fold over and turn down this edge. Or we can just add more little dots. I've printed it out, and now we have to test it. So I'm cutting it out. I'm using craft foam for my test run. So we're gonna place the pattern on top, trace around it, cut it out. I have the main body of the purse, the bottom, and 2 handles. I don't know. These might be a little long. So let's trim them down. Then I fold them over in the center and glue it down. I'm using hot glue, leaving the ends open. Repeat to make 2. Then let's glue them onto the body of the bag on both ends. I take the rectangle and we're gonna glue that in the center, then fold over all of the sides and let's glue them together to make a little foam bag. All right, this doesn't look too bad. I think our pattern might work. We can even open the bag and put stuff inside. My gluing wasn't the neatest. So I'm using the end of my glue gun and just kind of rubbing over the foam. It makes it a little darker and adds a little texture. Caution, hot glue is hot. You have been warned. We're getting kind of a worn leather look. I'm brushing it with a little bit of brown paint to make it look a little more aged. Let's add a few holes. We can also just wrinkle it up a little to make a faux leather bag. I might have gotten a little happy with the shading, but hey, we can just say it's vintage. But overall, not too bad. The straps are a little thick because it is craft foam. You can search for a thinner craft foam to try to reduce some of the bulk, or we can sew it. But first, I need more Luca. This is Disney Doorables Series 9 Multi-Peak, where we can have 5, 6, or 7 figures inside. I am on the hunt for the Luca figures. We already have Luca and Alberto as a sea monster. In this multi-peak, we have 5. It's okay. All we need is a couple good ones, right? It's not quantity, it's quality. Our first figure is Piglet from the Heffalump movie. He's got like a pot on his head and those glittery eyes. And is totally not what we're looking for. So, on to the next. I think this is a bug. Yep. And a double. Door number 3. All I want is Luca. Come on. This is Luca, but it is a double. We need the sea monster. I guess I should specify what I'm looking for. I need human, Alberto, and Luca as a sea monster. Here we have an elephant. It's Finnick from Zootopia. And our last one is... Please be Luca, please be Luca, please be Luca. Nope, it's the cat from Sewn, which is a double. Let's attempt the fabric purse. I have some faux leather here. It is fabric on the other side. Since I don't want to put pins in this material, I flipped it over, turned my pattern over, and traced around it with a white pen. I shortened the straps by just folding it over. And I added a new cut line on the pattern. So we have options. Let's cut it out. I cut everything out on the inside of the white line. We can use a sewing machine to put this together, or sew by hand. To try to keep my stitches neat, I'm going to place the pattern on top, then use the guide to poke little holes into the fabric. This tool from the dollar store is working a little better for me. The holes are more visible. Then line up the holes and begin sewing the pieces together. Starting with the bottom rectangle, stitch it on. I went all the way around using a straight stitch, and you can see there's a little gap between the stitches. So I'm going around a second time and filling in those gaps, making the stitching a complete line. Fold the handles in half and stitch them together. I go back and stitch them again to fill in those gaps. Sew the handles onto the body of the bag. Once both handles are sewn on, I'm going to go ahead and do all of my stitching, around the top edges. Then sew up the sides, and you have a couple of options here. You could sew it inside out so the raw edges are on the inside, and then you'll get a nice clean seam on the outside. Or we can line them up so the good sides are facing out and then just sew across, or we can overlap them. I'm choosing to overlap them. I loosely do my stitches first, and then I just pull it all at the end, and it just kind of comes together. Hopefully my thread doesn't break. Then I go back and fill in the gaps. That last corner was a little challenging because, small space and all. On these raw edges, I'm adding a little acrylic paint, and I tried to match the color as best as I could. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. We're gonna let this dry. While waiting, I added a few oldie but goodie printables onto the page. Like money. All we have to do is cut it out. There's a front and a back, and we're gonna just glue them together to make some money. I did size these down a little, so if you already have our MyFroggyStuff bucks, these are gonna be a little smaller. I have mascara and lip gloss. Cut them out, wrap and glue them around a cotton swab, trim off the excess. I'm going to add a little metallic tape. I add a little clear tape to the bottom to make a few makeup items to go in the bag. And of course, we have a cell phone that we can cut out. I paint the blank printable with a little nail polish, put clear tape on the screen, glue the front and back of the phone onto a few layers of recycled paperboard, cut them out, then glue them together with the good sides facing out. Touch up the paint. This is my favorite color, can you tell? And allow it to dry. While waiting, let's take a look at a new Barbie Loves the Ocean doll. A doll line made from recycled ocean-bound plastic. I bought this doll on Amazon for $10.99. The doll comes in a box, We can see pictures of other dolls in this line on the sides. Let's open the box to reveal the doll. I like this packaging because the doll was completely closed in the box. However, I do have a little bit of rubbing on the tip of her nose, but she's not pixelated. Her face screening looks pretty good. Nice, soft, simple makeup. She has painted edges and her hair is pulled up into a puff. It's a cute little afro puff. The hair is soft. This doll has a classic Barbie body and comes dressed in a colorful dress. It has an elastic strap at the neck that can be pulled over the doll's head. The print on the dress goes all the way around. There is no opening in the back. There is a ruffle on the front of the dress, but it does not continue to the back. There's a pink bow on the side. She has a scrunchie on her wrist and wears pink flip-flops. This doll has 5 points of articulation with side-to-side movement at the head. Can it go up and down? Not so much. We have rotation at the arm, and it can go out to the side a little, and some rotation at the hip. I think the dress is cute. I would have loved to have seen the ruffle go all the way around, but overall, not bad. The purse is now dry, and I like the way it turned out. I could have been a little neater with my paint. I know that for next time. It looks great with my dress from Logan's Locker 718 on Etsy, and it's functional. We can put money in it. Mascara, our lip gloss, and our little cell phone with a painted case. Yeah! And it's good to know there is a no-sew option as well. This was actually pretty fun. I found it a little challenging, but I'm very happy that I was able to make a decent little purse. Next time, I might add a little seam allowance around the top so we can fold it over and have an edge like the mini fashion purse. So I guess I have to make this again. But we'll save that for next time. Let us know in the comments down below if our project came close or if we missed the mark. Thank you for joining us for another Versus with a few other things thrown in. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff, the Frog Vlog, and Bella of MyFroggyStuff. And we will see you next time. Bye!
Down, down, baby, 그대와 나 dancing under the light. 달빛으로 눈물든 너 하늘은 yeah, yeah. 밤의 마법은 사라지겠죠.